The new Modern Warfare series has a ton of loose ends that have still not been resolved and likely won't get resolved in the Modern Warfare 3 campaign. And knowing that Modern Warfare 4 is likely coming down the road in 2025 or 2026, I want to talk about some of the loose ends that we still have yet to see resolved in the Modern Warfare series, and likely loose ends that we're not going to see resolved in Modern Warfare 3. The first loose end is, where is Alex? Alex is one of the most important characters of Modern Warfare 2019, and he was kind of really the main character of Modern Warfare 2019. The story started with him and ended with him. We saw Alex come back in the Warzone story to kind of help out Task Force 141 and bring a resolution to Verdansk, and then we saw him again in the Modern Warfare 2 raids, but his character was kind of done a disservice. We know that Alex took over the second in command position after Hadir betrayed Farah, so now he's second in command of the Urzikstan Liberation Force behind Farah. However, Alex was not even seen or talked about in the Modern Warfare 2 campaign, despite Alex's character and his beliefs being the kind of reason that Task Force 141 was founded in the first place. So I really want to see if Alex is going to be in Modern Warfare 3, considering so much of the game takes place in Urzikstan and revolves around the story of Farah and Urzikstan specifically. So it's very important that we see Alex in some capacity in the Modern Warfare 3 campaign, or at least we kind of get him talked about in the campaign, even if we don't see him. And a quick side note, the voice actor for Alex, Chad Michael Collins, is really active in the Call of Duty community and has his own YouTube channel that I'll include a link to at the end of this video. The next loose end is Shepard, Graves, and Shadow Company. Shepard, Graves, and Shadow Company all kind of went MIA and started operating in the shadows following the events of the Modern Warfare 2 campaign. And we know that General Shepard and Philip Graves are still active, as well as they're both leading Shadow Company to this day, because we saw them in the Season 5 cinematic where they actually show up in Al Mazrah to help out and help defeat the Coney group and the Alcala forces alongside Farah in the Urzikstan Liberation Force. And it's a massive loose end considering that they were one of the biggest parts of Modern Warfare 2, and yet we have no intended resolution for them in the upcoming Modern Warfare 3. The upcoming Modern Warfare 3 will focus almost exclusively on Farah, the Urzikstan Liberation Force, and Task Force 141. And it brings up the question, what is going to happen to these characters? General Shepard still shipping arms to the Urzikstan Liberation Force shows that he still has sway and money to spend to help out with Farah and the Urzikstan forces. Shadow Company has actually sent over their troops and Philip Graves to lead their troops in order to help Farah and stop the Coney group / Alcala in the area. So there's really needs to be a strong resolution to this, and we're not going to see it in Modern Warfare 3. So I really want to know what the ending resolution will be for Shadow Company, led by Philip Graves and General Shepard. The next loose end is Valeria. Valeria was a very small but very important part of the Modern Warfare 2 campaign. She was the one who actually smuggled the missiles into the United States for Alcala to use. And while she was not in the campaign very long, she had a huge impact on the story of the Modern Warfare 2 campaign. And along with that, we know that she talked about getting out of jail at the end of the Modern Warfare 2 campaign, which we actually saw in Season 3 of Modern Warfare 2, where she actually broke out of jail and went to Urzikstan, and then she was in another cinematic revolving around Halloween, where she's back in Mexico and holding a kind of Dios de Muertos celebration for Diego, who we killed in the Modern Warfare 2 campaign. And one of the things that she says in that Halloween cinematic is that she wants to get revenge on Alejandro and Soap, yet we haven't seen anything about her in the Modern Warfare 3 campaign itself. And along with that, we don't actually know what's going to happen with her story going forward, because there's not been a lot to indicate that she's going to be in Modern Warfare 3, or that her story is even going to be wrapped up in the main story of the campaigns for the Modern Warfare games going forward. So it's very interesting to see what's going to happen to Valeria at the end, and who's really going to win at the end, if it's going to be Valeria or Alejandro. The next loose end is Alcala. Alcala have kind of been this overarching enemy we've seen in every single one of the new Modern Warfare games so far. And as a matter of fact, we actually know that there are links still with Khalid al-Assad, who may or may not have been Hadir. We've got absolutely no confirmation on that, but Alcala still exists. They were never fully defeated. And so it brings up the question, what is going on with Alcala? Alcala is still a very big part of the Modern Warfare 3 campaign. They're not going to be as big as Makarov and the Russians. However, they're still going to be in the campaign. So is Alcala still going to be the kind of main enemy for the Modern Warfare series going forward? Or have we greatly reduced their ability to operate, having killed so many of their high-ranking officials? It kind of brings up a lot of questions, and we know that Alcala is not one of those organizations that's just going to stop and dissolve tomorrow because their leader got killed. They're going to keep going and keep fighting until either they lose or that there's no one left to fight. But Alcala definitely needs a resolution in the Modern Warfare series, considering they're such a big part of Farah's story, and they're kind of a big part of resolving the story of Urzikstan. The next loose end that we got is Makarov and the Coney group. Makarov and the Coney group got fully introduced in Modern Warfare 2, but we know that they're a part of Modern Warfare 2019 as in General Barkov's forces. So it'll be very interesting to actually see how they get kind of introduced in Modern Warfare 3 and where their story is going. Because as I talked about in a previous video, there's no strong ending to Modern Warfare 3. There's no 100% this is the victor, this is the loser. It's kind of this analogous setup for another Modern Warfare game coming coming out in probably 2025 or 2026. And the seasons after Modern Warfare 3 releases, seasons 1 through 6, are actually not related to Modern Warfare 3 at all, meaning that the story will not advance any further than the ending of Modern Warfare 3. And this brings up a ton of questions in itself, because what's going to happen to Makarov and what's going to happen to Coney Group? If there's no resolution, are we going to have to wait 2 years to get a true resolution to the end of the Modern Warfare series, or is Call of Duty going to do something unexpected and drop something on us that kind of helps resolve the story, as in maybe a campaign DLC being released somewhere later on down the line? But one thing we know for sure is that Makarov's story is not going to get resolved in Modern Warfare 3, and Coney Group's story is not going to be resolved in Modern Warfare 3. So we're probably going to have to wait till Modern Warfare 4 in 2025 or 2026 to get a resolution to this story, especially considering Makarov is being set up as a true villain in Modern Warfare 3. And I really like Makarov's story and character in the new Modern Warfare series a lot more, because he's a lot more villainous and a lot more tactically minded than the kind of hands-on Makarov we saw in the original Modern Warfare series. So there has to be a resolution to his problem at some point. And the last question, the last loose end that I have is, who dies in the new Modern Warfare series? The new Modern Warfare series is not linked to the old Modern Warfare series at all. What this really means that any character could die at any time unexpectedly, and we would not see it coming. And someone needs to die, because so far Modern Warfare 2 had way too low of stakes. No one died, no one got injured, and one of the main villains of the game, Philip Graves, didn't even remotely get into the tank that we saw him blow up in at the end of the campaign. So it brings up a very interesting question, and the stakes were really high in Modern Warfare 2019. Alex supposedly died at the end of the campaign and came back heavily injured later on. In Modern Warfare 2, however, no one really got injured or died or had any impact on the characters. All the characters got played way too safe, which is something that a lot of people have complained about, because we kind of expected someone in Task Force 141 to die, and someone in Task Force 141 really needs to die in Modern Warfare 3 because it adds more stakes to the game. And on top of this, Makarov killing one of these other members personally would bring a lot more emotion into the game and help us hate him a lot more. It would be a lot better for story development if someone died. And honestly, I think I know who it is. It's going to be one of two characters, and that first character is possibly Gaz. In Modern Warfare 2019, both him and Alex had this kind of emotional arc and story arc that kind of came up to a neat wrapping up at the end. In Modern Warfare 2, Alejandro, Soap, and Ghost all had this kind of nice wrapping up of their story at the end of the campaign. The only character who hasn't had a story arc is Captain Price, so we know he's probably safe because his story arc will go through Modern Warfare 3 and Modern Warfare 4. However, Gaz's story arc is already over. He's one of the least marketable characters just from a sales perspective, which is unfortunate to say because he is a great character. However, he does not bring in as much money as Ghost, Soap, or Captain Price. Gaz is also a logical character to die because his death at the hands of Makarov would push Price even further to stop Makarov, and so it would be really great for story development if he died. However, Ghost could also very much die as well. He was a very big part of the Modern Warfare 2 campaign, and he's had this nice kind of emotional arc in Modern Warfare 2, but his death would actually help drive Soap's story forward and kind of help Soap and Price go really hard against Makarov in Modern Warfare 4. So really either one of these two could die, but I have a feeling it's more likely going to be Gaz. Make sure to tell me your thoughts down below. And if you want to know the story of Modern Warfare 3 that got leaked a couple days early, click on this video right here for more. And until next time, I am IceBurgz, your Call of Duty informant. Stay frosty.